Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, babe. So this was the BMW that I was talking about, I think in the last video. If not, I didn't mention it. What we have here is a 2005 BMW that a buddy of mine, well, it's not a buddy, we'll just put it that way. Basically, he was on the highway, didn't wreck. I don't know really the full-on story, but he just told me he was driving on the highway and this happened. So, nothing major about this car, but the one thing is, the two doors and the fender are aluminum, which it's kind of difficult to explain, but I'm going to try my best to explain it to where basically if I contaminate it with my regular tools that I use, which is my body hammers, my DA to sand down the paint, I can actually contaminate that metal, because those are actually, all my tools have been touched by steel, and that's what it's made for, steel. Doors, fenders, quarter panels. So I had to bring it to basically the shop that I work at, because we do have an aluminum room. But for now, I'm probably just gonna R&I everything, take everything apart, my quarter panel. So let me show you. So I gotta take all my quarter panel, my rear light, my roof molding, also my rocker panel. I gotta replace that fender, which I do have in the corner over there. Have to paint this light cover, paint that mirror. And yeah, so people who own a BMW, they're not cheap. They are quite spendy. The parts alone on this car for 3 parts was about $1,500. So I mean, it gets pretty expensive when you're doing that. So like I said, we're just gonna R&I stuff. I already have a new fender because there's no way we're fixing this, because in a way, when aluminum tears, there's really no point in trying to weld it. I mean, if it's a small tear, it's fine, but once it gets to a bigger one like that fender, you're just better off replacing it, because in the body industry, I guess body labor hours are about 110 an hour. So if you put about 3 hours into that, you're looking at about $330. So in a way, you could probably just buy a new fender than trying to repair that fender. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on today. Hope you guys enjoy. That way you guys can get off of the basically diesel truck. And I don't know if I'm going to put this video on first. No, I think I'm going to put the other one. So if you guys didn't see it, go back. You guys get to see basically the 6.6 Duramax turn on, move a little bit, drive around. Well, not really drive around, just pull it back out of the shop. So this car, we would be in Roberts basically right now working on this car, but there's just not enough room, and I don't want to mess with their heater over there. So we got a little heater over here. I already talked to my boss, so shout out to basically my boss, Brewster. He let me use basically the shop for this, which I really appreciate. Thank you, man. But yeah, so let's get it going. I don't know, because I didn't bring my camera stand, so I know most of this is talking right now, but I didn't bring my camera stand, which sucks, because I really have nowhere to put it. So I'm probably just going to be cutting from scene to scene, and then kind of explain what I'm doing, and then basically I'll show you the aftermath of it. So like I said, I think most of you have already seen me, just take little things off here and there. So let's get started, and yeah, let's get going. Alright, guys, just to see how kind of difficult BMWs are. You have to take this panel off, which goes right here. We call this the back panel. And you gotta take this off in order to get this kind of loose. But you can't really, you don't have much room. So basically I have to fit my hand in there. And you can't really I don't think you can see it. You see that kind of like that hole right there? You can kind of see through right there. Well, there's a screw right there. So imagine trying to fit your hand through basically this much of space. So, and then getting a tool in there as well, and trying to get that, basically this hole right here, trying to get that screw loose. So yeah, why is it doing that? There you go. So yeah, that's one of the difficult things about BMWs. They like to make things really complicated. So yeah, I got one down. So tail laid out. I got basically just laying my bumper down just a little bit, and then gonna be moving on. So stay tuned. All right, guys, another fun lesson. I just spent an hour trying to take that little guy out. Let me show you how I had to take this panel out. So basically, this is my door panel, right? Well, I took this piece off, which is right there, to see if there's any screws under. No screws, so I don't know why that piece is removable on this rear door panel. It's kind of dumb, but there is a screw right there, and that's the only screw that's kind of holding it. I mean, there's clips that are holding around this door panel as well, but that's what's mainly holding it. And this is a screw. It's a 30 Torx bit, so I mean, I just use this guy right here. After I removed that, then I had to remove my door handle. So don't mind it hanging there, it's fine, hanging right there. But, so, there's this guy, which I thought that was a screw for the door handle. And it's actually the screw for this guy right here. So, I mean, this still has to come out. But, there is a tiny screw, as you can see right there. I don't know if it'll focus. There he goes. Kind of sorry for the bad focusing, but I'll point at it. So it's this screw, basically right there. So, and I think it's a 20. Hold on, let me check the size first. Yeah, so it's, no, I think it's 15. Yeah, so it is a 15, which is this guy. Sorry, man, my phone isn't focusing. Which is this guy right here. So you get to that screw with this guy, and that's literally gonna pop out your door handle. So that little screw right there holds this piece right here. So little fun fact for you guys. BMWs are pretty hard to work on. And I'm not saying that like body work wise or anything. It's just taking all of this apart. It's really complicated, and they built everything tough. And what I mean by that is that this guy right here, it felt like I was going to break this, and it covers that screw. So it goes about right there. It covers that screw. So you literally had to pry on this, and for the amount of prying pressure that you had to put on, it felt like this was gonna crack. So I'm pretty sure these ain't cheap, but got that off. I'm probably just gonna lay my door panel back on and go from there. So I gotta take off this molding basically right here around the edge, so that way I could tape paper around that. I still gotta take off my rocker molding. I got my roof panel out. This wasn't too bad, it came off pretty simple. So basically almost done with the back half. Now I still got the front to work on, but that's a little fun fact. So this video might be pretty long. If not, I just might make it like a 2-part of just taking it apart, because it's kind of taking quite a bit of time. And like I said, I mean, it's a BMW. I don't want to ruin it because I don't want to pay for extra parts because they get pretty pricey. So like I said, about the beginning of the video, 3 parts were over $1,500. So yeah, let me get going on this car, and then I'll show you what I did after that. So, well, you guys, a little update for you. Got this door all taken off. Probably took me about 10 minutes. to do basically the door handle, door trim, mirror, everything. The rear door basically helped a ton by basically showing me and telling me like where the hidden screws were and everything. So I hope anyone who's watching this, it probably helped you out a ton. I still got basically the fender to take off and the front bumper to take off as well. And I think that's it. And then just the rocker panel. So stay tuned. I mean, if there's anything else that's hidden or it's difficult, I know sometimes it's better to take the tire off to take this whole basically splash shield is what we call it. That's basically the cover that's on the inside off. So that's probably what I'll do is I'll probably just lift it up, take my wheel off, and then take my splash shield out. So sometimes there are hidden screws that are in the back, basically behind hidden behind the suspension. So that's probably what I'll do, and we'll go from there. Well, another quick tip for all my fans and collision techs. So I just got the rocker panel off this 2015 BMW. I'm pretty sure there are probably some same models similar to what I had to work with. So basically that is your bracket that holds onto this, and you kind of have to loosen this up. So this is gonna have to be loose because there is a lip in the back right here that you kind of have to basically unpry. So this will probably be the only loose part. This one will probably come out as well. No clips will really break. This is what they look like. So other than that, everything came out basically pretty well. There are some hidden bolts basically that are under this shield that you're gonna have to get. 8mm bolts basically is what you have holding this thing basically all right there. So you can see basically all the clips. So, but you shouldn't have to break anything. It came off pretty easy. You probably will have troubles with this rear door like I did right here. I mean, they give you space, but they don't give you enough. So if it was me, I would have either made this a two-piece, or I probably would have kind of drilled this out a little bit more. But you gotta love engineers. They just like the way it looks. They don't like to build it for us collision techs or mechanics. So yeah, I basically have almost the whole side done. Moving on to the fender. Stay tuned. Well, everybody, we are officially done with the teardown. Let me just basically show you what we got. So here we have the bumper. I tore everything out. Everything was pretty simple. There was just 2 screws holding fog lights, and then just wiring and the actual sensors. So I actually numbered these so I know where the sensors go where. But we are going to be fixing that whole bumper for him. We are going to be painting this fender right here. I just got to take this off and take that headlight out. And we are going into the hood, so I told him I would just fix all the rock chips for him. So yeah, everything's all tore down. You can see I took off my fender as well. That was it. There is 2 bolts, or 3 bolts actually, that are inside of the fender that you're gonna have to be careful. This one actually, you go in on the inside right here, as well as for this one too. But this one you have to go inside right here and take that one out. But that's basically what your car looks like with the fender off. Door panels are basically all stripped down. Quarter panels all stripped down as well. So with that being said, that's probably going to be it for this video. In the next video, I will be starting to sand down basically everything as well. So I'm hoping I can get my camera stand for tomorrow. But if not, then I will be cutting it from scene to scene like I did in this video again. So yeah. Another surprising thing, you guys, all these right here, those are what hold these splash shields. There's about 20 bolts that just hold these, so, which is pretty crazy. I worked on Chevy trucks. I think they have about 6 clips that basically hold on their fender liners, but in the new trucks, they have about the same amount as bolts. So it's a little fun fact for you guys. But that's going to be it for this video. In the next video, like I said, you're going to see me start basically fixing all the dents. Thank you everybody for subscribing to the channel. I hope that helped a lot of you out, especially for the collision techs out there that are trying to figure out how to take these basically BMWs apart. So I hope that helped you out. Other than that, like and subscribe, you guys. Thanks again for watching the channel. Really appreciate you guys. So until next time, see you around.